You're listening to Confidence with Caytie, a podcast created for ambitious, savvy women who are ready to embrace their inner badass. If you're ready to figure out exactly what you want and how to get there, I want you to jump on in and join me, executive coach, fire starter, and your podcast host, Caytie Langford. Hello, everyone. It is incredible to be with you today. I hope that wherever you are, whatever you are doing, you are having a wonderful, beautiful day. I'm Caytie, and we are so grateful that you're here for Confidence with Caytie, episode number 5, The Better Way to Get a Job. Today, I'm going to share with you how exactly not to get a job, plus the 5 steps I give my clients that will help totally make over your job search process. But first, like always, let me share our badass inspiration of the week. Today, I'm sharing someone who I was lucky enough to see speak before he became a household name, Shawn Achor. For those of you who are already fans of Shawn, oh my goodness, revisit his stuff. He is amazing. And the work that he is doing and his super badass wife, Michelle Gielan, is incredible. Now, for those of you who are saying, I've never heard of this guy, who is this? Well, Shawn Achor is a speaker and the author of multiple books, including Big Potential and The Happiness Advantage. I highly recommend both. It's very funny when you first meet Shawn and listen to him, you're so impressed by his Harvard background, but then you realize he's just a total normal guy who geeks out on research. So maybe that's not totally normal, but it's super impressive. And I had the opportunity to hear Shawn speak at a conference probably about 5.5 years ago. So it's been a few years, and time sure does fly fast. When I first heard him talking about some of the things that he talks about when it comes to happiness and gratitude and how we can inject more happiness into our life and more joy into our life, it was really something that caught my eye and my attention. And it was something that I started putting into practice. And so I urge you to check out his books and all of his stuff. But here is one of my favorite quotes from Shawn. And I love it because it's all about getting started toward your dream life, making that very first baby step. And what he says is, happiness is the joy you feel moving towards your potential. Happiness is the joy you feel moving towards your potential. So what's really fascinating about this is I started recording these podcasts a couple of months ago. And I got really excited and my team was really excited. And then I kind of had this meltdown moment where I was like, oh my gosh, too many people have podcasts. No one's going to want to hear from me. This is not a good idea. I need to not do this. I need to just do something else. And I don't know what that looks like. And so I just kind of put everything on hold for a while. And I started having conversations with people on my team, and I started having conversations with good friends who are also mentors and who we have really open dialogues about our careers and kind of what we're doing. And what I realized was I'm actually doing the opposite of what Shawn said here. Because see, even though I don't know if there's 1 of you, 10 of you, 10,000 of you listening, I care about each and every single one of you. And it really is a joy for me to do this because not only am I moving towards my potential and where I want to go in my own career, what I'm also hoping and praying is that I'm helping you move towards your potential as well. And that gives me such great joy. So just sitting here today, recording this, I am reminded that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I guess twofold. 1, listen to Shawn. He's awesome. 2, you might be sitting out there going, gosh, there's something I need to do and I don't want to do it and I'm scared to do it. And what if I fail? And what if people think I'm crazy? And all of those things that we tell ourselves. But here's what I'm telling you. If it's going to move you towards your potential, and when you feel joy in doing it, you got to do it. So since we're talking about job searching today, I also want to share Shawn's TED Talk. We're going to link it in the show notes. It's called The Happy Secret to Better Work. And it's both hilarious and enlightening. So if you've been inspired by Sean, and if the idea of moving toward your potential new job is making you really happy, then let's talk about how to improve your job search. So the question today's episode is answering is this one. Caytie, how the heck do I find a job I love? Y'all, if I had a nickel for every time I've been asked this question, I would be a very independently wealthy woman. I'm not quite there yet. Still have some work to do on that. But I get asked this question all the time from clients, from potential clients, from friends, from family members, from strangers, from people at dinner parties that I meet, right? Everyone wants to understand, how do I get a job I love? And here's the thing that I know. What we're currently doing, the majority of us, to find a job, it's just not it. And so I want you to dig in with me. I want to start with a story that might sound familiar to you. And this is a story about a client, actually probably multiple clients put together, but we're going to call her Sarah today. So Sarah has been an accountant, or maybe she's been in marketing, or maybe sales, or maybe she's in finance, right? But she's been working and she's been in her job for about 5 to 8 years. And she feels totally stuck. She's looking for a new job, maybe even in a new industry. And so she begins her search. Well, where is the first place that she goes? Obviously, the internet, of course. Right? If we believe all of the ads, she's on Indeed.com and Simply Hired. She's on LinkedIn. She's on Monster. Side note, I had a client just this week ask me, Caytie, do I need to do LinkedIn Premium to get a job? No, you don't. Save your money. That's not what we're going to do to help you get a job. But Sarah doesn't even know that yet. So she's on all these things. She doesn't even know what she's looking for. She's just spending hours on the internet looking. And when she sees something that may look interesting, she applies at random. Months go by. Sarah spends hours upon hours upon hours searching the internet, and even more hours updating her resume, writing cover letters just to fit those descriptions that she sees online. And here's what's really sad about where Sarah's at right now. She is exhausted and she is deflated. She is spending her days at a job that doesn't make her happy and nights applying to new ones. She's probably going in on Monday morning and praying that it's 5 o'clock on Friday. She probably doesn't like her boss. Who knows if the boss likes her? There might be tension there. There's no joy. There's no satisfaction. And here she is just countless times hitting submit. And what does she hit? What does she get when she hits submit? Well, she receives silence. She gets nothing, no responses. For all Sarah knows, no one is even reading those cover letters that she's rewriting for every awesome job. And her resumes are probably being filtered out by some algorithm or an HR person. No offense to any HR people. We all know that companies need them. But sometimes the HR people don't actually know what the hiring manager is looking for, right? So she's getting nothing. She's getting absolutely silence. And in the meantime, what she is getting is more frustrated, more exhausted, and more desperate. Any of you out there at that place where you're like, I am just desperate to get out, so I'm going to do something, even if it's not what I want, for a company not that I want to work for money not that I want to take, right? It's just getting bad. So let me ask you, does this story sound familiar at all to you? If it does, ladies, I need you to do me a giant favor. I need you to close the job search tabs at the top of your screen. Seriously, click the X, shut them down. Shut them down. See, this episode is about the better way to find a job. And here's the primary rule that we all need to follow now. The traditional route of applying online is crap. I can already hear it. Some of you are out there saying, no, my sister-in-law's cousin just got a great job that she found online. And yes, once in a blue moon, you can find a job this way. But your sister-in-law's cousin is the exception. She's not the rule. More of us end up like Sarah, spinning our wheels for way too long before finding any leads. Okay, so here's the other thing that I can hear from some of you saying. Not only has my sister-in-law's cousin got a job, but, well, that's the only way I know. Like, how else would I find out about jobs? So here's what I want to tell you. We need to take control of our job search. The online questionnaire might answer what you know, but your job search is really about who you know. Even more than that, it's about who you know that knows, likes, and trusts you. And it's about who they know as well. I know we've all heard this, right? It's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And it's true. My clients, time and time and time again, get jobs they love because they're working with people who know, like, and trust them. So, have I lost you yet? Okay, hang tight. Let's talk about what you can do to take the control back in your job search and invite the people you know to be your advocates. If you're ready to make over your job search, here are I said 5 steps earlier. I'm actually going to throw in a 6th step. So 6 steps that you can take instead of filling out one more online application. The first thing, sisters, that you've got to do is get real clear on what you want. Real clear. This is probably the step that 99% of people don't do, right? They think, well, I'm in this job right now, and this is the job description, and these are the kind of things that I do. And so the next job kind of looks like X, and so that's what I'm going to go after. But here's the thing. If you don't know that you want X, you can go get another job. We can figure out how to get you a job doing X. But if you really want to be doing Y or Z, you're wasting more of your time. Fun fact, research says that we spend from age 22 to 65, this is a UK-based research project, we spend 90,000 hours working. Y'all, I mean, if we're going to spend 90,000 hours working in our lifetime, I want it to be doing something that you love. Working for a company that excites you. Working for a boss that motivates you. The kind of boss that you want. I sure as hell don't want you sitting in your cube crying. It's not worth it. We've already talked about that. But getting clear on what you want is the first step. And that's where you want to pull on over to episode number 2. We give you the downloads, how you can just really dig in and get clear. Next, what we want to do, once we get clear, we want you to create a list of your ideal professional day. There's going to be a link to the website. It's more on that clarity track. I want you to begin brainstorming everything from how does your day start? Who are the people you're surrounded by? For some of you, you might say, I don't want to be surrounded by people. Cool. What does that look like? What does the ideal boss for you look like? What does that relationship look like? What do they value? What does the company value? What's the company culture look like? What is your physical environment? Where do you want to be? You want to go and work in a space with people every single day, or you want to have some flexibility and be able to work from the coffee shop down the street from your house? What does that environment look like? And then most importantly, we want to get to the point of what is it that you want to do? And when I say that, what I mean is when you are in the flow, in the zone, when work is easy to you, when you're just kicking tail, getting it done, what is that? What does that look like for you? So you're going to create this list. These are your ideal professional day. Step number 3 is you are going to narrow this list down to your top 3 to 5 non-negotiables. What does that mean? Well, that means out of that big old brainstorm list that you've done, there's probably going to be 3 to 5 things that you absolutely want to have in a new role. For a lot of people, one of their non-negotiables is about their boss. Some kind of relationship that they want to have with their boss. Maybe they want a mentor. Maybe they want somebody that pushes them. Maybe they want somebody that can teach them. Maybe they want somebody to just get the hell out of their way, right? But most of the time, one of your top 3 to 5 is going to be about your boss. A second or third one is typically going to be about the company and what they stand for, what they value. Maybe it's what they do. I've heard all different kinds of things from different people. And then the third to fifth one, depending on how many you have, and sometimes you can take 2 or 3 and bunch them together, is what do you actually want to do, right? Because here's the thing. If you're a creative person who likes to collaborate with others and wants to be in an environment where collaboration is accepted and encouraged, then guess what? We probably don't want you to be in a research position. The opposite is also true. If you're in finance and you want something that is, fairly traditional and you like traditional work settings and you want a clear path to see how you're going to be promoted, then you might not want to go work in the most creative tech upstart, right? That might not be the place for you. So narrowing down your list of top 3 to 5 non-negotiables. When you do this, these should be sentences that kind of easily roll off your tongue. So got your non-negotiables. Step 4 is identifying the 8 to 10 people who know, like, and trust you and who have influence. So when we send out a resume through Indeed.com or LinkedIn or Monster or whatever the new one that we haven't even heard of yet as pops up, it goes to somebody who doesn't know, like, or trust us. And guess what? That's not very useful when we want to get a job. So what we want to do is identify who are 8 to 10 people in our life that know, like, and trust us. And here's where I want you to start with this. Former colleagues, people that you know that are in the industry that maybe you want to be in. Maybe they are former managers or management leadership that you were in. Maybe they're people that you live in your neighborhood. Maybe they're in volunteer organizations with you, right? If you're on the board of anywhere or you volunteer at your kid's school or with Junior League or Links or what have you, okay? But we want to find 8 to 10 people who know, like, and trust you. And we also want them to have a little bit of influence. And by influence, here is what I mean. These are people in your world that are natural connectors. They know lots of people. They're always kind of in charge of things, connecting people. You know who I'm talking about. You should have instantly just said, oh, that's so-and-so. That's so-and-so. Maybe that's your cousin. I don't know. But maybe it's also a person who, is in management somewhere, right? Maybe they're in a leadership position within a company and they're doing something similar to what you want to do. You want people who aren't hermits, right? They have some sphere of influence. And for the most part, every person knows about 100 other people. It's helpful if those 8 to 10 people are people who will help you leverage things. So the next step number 5 is once you have found your people, I want you to reach out to them and let them know that you would love some time on their calendar. You want to share some things that you've been thinking about and get their thoughts and opinions because you value them. Try not to say pick your brain. A lot of people say that. A lot of people are annoyed by pick your brain. If it's a certain relationship, say pick your brain, that's fine. But really what you want to do is you want to share what your non-negotiables are. You want to share confidentially that you are in a job search and you want to get their thoughts and opinions on what you should be doing. And so that leads us to number 6. You're actually going to go to these meetings. Now, as I told a client just yesterday, these are business meetings, right? So if you book an hour lunch and you spend 55 minutes catching up on the Real Housewives or what your summer vacation plans are or what you're doing for Christmas, that is not a business meeting. So what I typically say is if you have an hour, you can spend about 20 minutes catching up. And then what I want you to do is transition and say, as you know, Sally, I asked you here for a reason. If it's okay with you, I would like to share with you what I'm thinking and get your thoughts and feedback. And I just want to be respectful of your time. I know we don't have all day. And then that leads to step number 6. You're going to meet with them and share that. Typically what's going to happen is people like to help people. There's going to be some outcome, some action item from that meeting, whether it's, yes, I know of a job you should apply to. Yes, my company is hiring. Here's another person I should meet with, right? This is going to help you. And it's going to get you out of the online applications. People know more than what they people know more than what they give on to. But if you don't ask for help, people don't know to help you. Sometimes people don't even know you're searching for a job. So let's review those action steps. First, you're going to get real clear on what you want. Second, you're going to create a list of your ideal day at work, your ideal professional day. Third, you're going to narrow down your list to the top 3 to 5 non-negotiables. Fourth, you're going to identify 8 to 10 people who can help you, who know, like, and trust you. Fifth, you're going to reach out and get a meeting with them. And sixth, you're going to share your list and ask for help. Listen, I know that some of you are out there saying, that cannot possibly work. Well, here's the thing. I've built a business on helping women get a job doing this exact same thing. I'm not telling you it's going to happen in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. In fact, for most of you, a job search is going to be somewhere between 3 and 6 months. It takes a while, but here's the thing that I know. When you take these actions, they're going to lead you to a job more efficiently and to one that is better aligned to the career that you're dreaming of. And it may feel scary to ask people for help or to put yourself out there, but remember, people love helping other people. It is in our DNA. We really, really do. People are eager to make connections and introductions and to see you succeed. And chances are, and I would put myself on it, that jobs you applied to online and never heard back from, it probably went to someone who was personally introduced to the hiring manager through someone that they knew. This is how it works. I want you to know that I completely believe in you. I want to thank you for listening to episode number 5 today. And I want to encourage you to share this episode with anyone you know who is sitting at home right now browsing LinkedIn for jobs. If you know somebody that's crying in their office, pay it forward. I cannot wait for the results that you're going to get through this message, I cannot wait for you to get the results that you're going to get through this message. I cannot wait for you to get the results that you're going to get through this method. Thanks for listening. Make sure you let us know how the job search is coming, and we will see you next time. Thanks for listening to Confidence with Caytie. I hope you enjoy this episode. I hope you feel more empowered to take control of your dream life and your dream career. Start igniting those fires and embrace your inner badass. Until next time, badasses.